management. And we are going to be your host, Fernanda and I. So you're all welcome. Today we are going to have Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, and French. So for all those who would like to give a comment, a question, your questions can be written in the chat, in the Zoom, or on the YouTube channel. From there, pick it up at the right time. He's going to pose the questions. So I would like to greet everyone who is joining us today, members of the Economy of Communion, students of SOPHIA University, participants of Economy of Francesco, and those who heard about the webinar through the social media. So today we are going to go right ahead to welcome Mr. Steve Yaounde, Cameroon. He's going to help us introduce our theme of today. So, Mr. Steve, over to you.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. It's a pleasure being with you today, all. And the pleasure is also mine to be able to introduce this webinar in Central Africa with SOPHIA, a webinar for the 30th anniversary of Economy of Communion. Let me say that I am Steve William Azumo, a business consultant and also coordinator of Economy of Communion International Incubating Network. I got in touch with Economy of Communion in favor of a conference at the Catholic University Institute of Boya in 2012, where Professor Leo Andringa, Genevieve Sanze, and many others from SOPHIA University Institute were there to share with us their knowledges and also their experiences. And thanks to that, some young people, among which me, were able to take the decision to follow up more and know what it is all about. Especially, I decided to deepen my knowledges, and I started going up and down to listen from EoC entrepreneurs within the country and also worldwide. And I also made my own example of what has been going on. Permit me to move ahead and just say some few words about that. So, since 2012, from 2012 to nowadays, I was able to go around. Oui, Maps. C'est pas moi qui crée le Cameroun, Maps. I don't know.
Mr. Steve is going to be with us in a few minutes. Mr. Steve is going to be with us in a few minutes.
Yes, sorry for the disconnection. We had some technical problems here, but the technical problems is already resolved now. I think I can go ahead.
Just go ahead.
I don't know if you understood what I said I don't know if you got what I said in the beginning. So I was saying that in 2012, I was very happy to get introduced to Economy of Communion during a conference at the Catholic University Institute of Boya, where Professor Leo Andringa, Genevieve Sanze, and many others, professors from SOPHIA University Institute, were there. And thanks to them, the way they share their experiences and their knowledges, some young people, among which me, we were happy to take the decision to go through the true Economy of Communion and learn more. And that's how we try to listen from our entrepreneurs within the country, and also we made our own experiences which help us to really understand what Economy of Communion is all about. And going through that, we understood that by sharing profit, Economy of Communion is taking a very big decision. Sharing profit, that is to change completely the view of the economy system. Wanting a more human, fairer economy begins by making a strong choice, going against the current world, and that's what economy of communion entrepreneurs are doing every day and every time. Let me take some few examples. I will say during this webinar, we shall have economy of communion entrepreneurs who are going to share with us their experiences and what they have been able to do. I will take the example of Melanie Jono, who go against the system by, she's a poultry farm. She has a poultry farm, and then on what she does, she considers the right price. When she look at the market, she's able to change the price of her product, not in regard of what is being seen in the market, but only in regard of what she proposes and what she thinks is the right price. So that helps me to talk about the value created. The value created is shared throughout the chain. Each time the entrepreneur sets a price or a salary, when he chooses to create new jobs or to make an investment to produce under conditions, certain conditions more respectful of people and environment, it poses a choice of distribution of value. Is this sharing more fair? Is this sharing more responsible? Is this in the sense of a communion? It will not make sense to share profit if they were produced in detriment of certain stakeholders, in contempt of employees, or of certain partners in the company. So, as I took the example of Melanie with her poultry farm, who sells product at what she considers to be the right price, despite that they are even heavier than the market standard, we are also going to have another experience in the construction company with BSO Consulting, where younger engineer, just fresh graduated from universities, take their first working experiences, besides experienced engineer, for them to have at least their first skills and know-how that they are supposed to gain with much experiences and that are very required by the market of their field. We are also going to have the experience of Simon Kenkafu during this webinar. Simon Kenkafu is going to share with us how well he applied those principles in his company. I would like to remind some of you who knows and then some others who don't know of a conference we had in Kenya in 2015. And during that conference in Kenya, we all agreed that one cake isn't enough. And because one cake isn't enough, we decided now to help the creation of new enterprises. And that's how, in 2016, it was launched Economy of Communion International Incubating Network. And there are many hubs around the world, and there are also hubs in Cameroon and in Congo. And we understood that those hubs are there to answer certain questions, having new entrepreneurs with those values shared by Economy of Communion. And also, if we take what happened in 1991, if Chiara Lubitsch, hunted by the inequalities she had seen in Sao Paulo, thought of involving entrepreneurs to resolve the issue rather than increasing the number of social initiatives, it is because she knows their creative capacity and also their way to invent new and novel paths for solving problems. The EoC will continue certainly to develop if we, you and I and others, many others, each of us are creative and know how to invent new ways to reverse the form of poverty suffered and also to spread communion everywhere. Then we will present the initiatives started in our various hubs. Here there will be initiatives that has been started in Cameroon hub and in the hub of Congo too. Let me take this opportunity to share with you our new project that we are having. You know, Cameroon is facing a big challenge, social crisis too. But we are thinking that for these next years coming, we should be focusing more on agriculture. Because of what? Of what exactly? Because first of all, agriculture represents more than 25% of our economic system. And also, because more than 50% of our manufactured agricultural products are being imported from abroad, Asia, Europe, and America. When we look at that, we also understand that in our various families, there are a kind of poverty that pushes young people to leave the country to Europe, and where in Europe they are able, even there, to do some agricultural activities. Meanwhile, in the country, there is a lot of spaces, fertile spaces, where they can do those activities. So those poses the problem of immigration challenges too. In the country, as I said, we are planning through our incubator to help, to contribute to make agriculture more attractive to young people, and that is our target for the next years, with the spirit of economy of communion. And we have started doing that already. This year, we have done the first step by acquiring a land where we are going to open a business park. We will have a business park on the agricultural products only, and it's going also to be a commercial park. Thank you very much for your listening, and I'm sure through the experiences we are going to hear today, we will be more satisfied. See you. Vanessa, over to you.
Thank you very much for the wonderful introduction. Sounds very interesting. So now we are going to move right away to say hello to Mr. Simon. Hello, sir.
Hello, Vanessa. Hello, fellow panelists. Good afternoon.
Yes. We wish to hear from you, Mr. Simon. Can you please introduce yourself to us? And also your business activity. And maybe also share with us what motivated you in joining the EoC.
Good morning once more to you, Vanessa, and to all participants in this webinar meeting. I'm Ken Kafu Simon. I come from Fontaine in Cameroon, and I live in Yaoundé with my family, and I'm a father of 7 children. Late in 2013, I was opportune to be introduced into the business called Nkenka Enterprises, and now it is turned into a family business, and subsequently we run it in the spirit of EoC. It has gone through transformation and modifications in its history. Today, we are into stationery and office equipment and associated services in communication, secretarial duties, documentation, and restoration in school milieu. We have partnership with, and always has been, doing business with morals. It is difficult to determine how honestly we have stuck in respect of this principle. But our utmost has always been to stay within its scope. As the years have passed by, we have seen the need to build a business based on living the gospel. We have seen the need to build a business as a means of bringing integrity and dignity to work and to our daily transactions and interactions with the government.
Looking for connections. I'm sorry. I'm looking for.
Where our co-workers, collaborators, and
How was it? They finally got it.
No, they completed it.
Okay.
Very well.
Yeah? Yes. I was obliged to go to their things. Even the Zoom that. I go for a bit. I want to test something.
To their day-to-day decision. The challenges are enormous, and the temptation and the pressure to swing off from set of goals and objectives mounts by the day. But notwithstanding,